Alright, so Baryon Mode is a new transformation, quote unquote, that we got in Boruto chapter 52 from Naruto. Essentially merging with Kurama in a process very similar to nuclear fusion, where a ton of energy is generated from two particles colliding, which is basically what a baryon is. But in order to do this, you gotta have an immense amount of chakra to begin with on both sides. So this kind of brings about the question, why didn't Minato, the fourth Hokage, once he was reanimated, use this against Madara, knowing that he was going to probably die anyways, or go back to being dead anyways, so it would have only helped them defeat him sooner. Okay, so there's a couple of issues with this theory, but obviously this is a new narrative transformation that Naruto has achieved in order to help him against Ishiki, but there's nothing that implies that this is a new transformation, like a brand new transformation that was not able to be done before. In fact, Kurama seems to have already known about it, which means that he probably knew about it during the war against Madara. And as we both know, Naruto and Minato both had halves of Kurama, and Minato was dead anyways, so why not use this form against Madara? Now, there's a couple of reasons why this probably couldn't be the case. First of all, he only had half of Kurama, so it could be that he potentially couldn't use. You can't use it with only half of the chakra. Also, the chakra would go by twice as fast, and if you see Boruto chapter 52, you can see that he's losing chakra very, very, very quickly. And if he had only half of Kurama, it'd be only logical to conclude that he would probably lose chakra twice as fast. Also, you need an immense amount of chakra to start with, and obviously Hokage Naruto has much more chakra available to him in comparison to Minato. Obviously, Minato has a lot of chakra, but if you compare Naruto, even to when he's a kid, his just base, he has a ton of chakra, which is part of the reason why he's able to make so many shadow clones versus everybody else. So even if Minato could hypothetically access this form as an Edo Tensei, he probably wouldn't even last half as long as Naruto did. Also, Minato is way weaker than Naruto, and we don't exactly know how much stronger this makes a person. We're not given any sort of multiplier or anything of the sort as of yet, but it does make him much stronger. But even then, we don't know if it would be enough to make him able to compete. He would also die very, very quickly, and on top of that, I think one of the biggest issues is that although he was reanimated, he was an Edo Tensei. He wasn't actually alive. He was his soul was just in a borrowed vessel. So I think that probably would have some implications as well, and it wouldn't allow him to actually successfully access Baryon Mode. But if he was alive, and he probably would. Also, you need the full cooperation of the QB, which he did have, I guess, because he could access the chakra mode. But that half of Kurama that was sealed inside of him probably wasn't on as good of terms as the half was with Naruto, because if you remember, he sealed half of him inside of him as he died, and the other half of Kurama stayed with Naruto for basically the rest of his life until they became friends. And then I'm pretty convinced the only reason why the other half of Kurama that technically died, and I feel like the only reason why he was actually cooperative is mainly because he basically saw how good that Naruto was getting along with the other half of the QB. So those are the actual issues I feel like would have prevented Minato from accessing Baryon Mode. But what if he actually did? Would this have actually made a difference? That's a very good question. I feel like it would have made a difference. Maybe not such a significant difference. Maybe not as big of a difference as it made in the fight against Ishiki. But I think it definitely would have made a difference. Like, because one of the cool things about Baryon Mode is that it not only reduces your own lifespan by making your chakra run out, it also makes the lifespan of anybody you're facing dwindle as well, because all chakra is connected. So essentially, I think it would have made the fight against Madara a little bit faster, and potentially they might not have even gotten to the point where they could fight Kaguya. They might have actually defeated him as Madara, which would have impacted the future of Boruto quite significantly if Kaguya was never resurrected. Anyways, if you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.